Good morning and welcome to Tea, Tim Tams and Travel with me, Nabil from Rahala, and Elena, the Muslim Travel Girl. Elena, how was your weekend?
Assalamu alaikum, Nabil. Good. Enjoyed some sunshine.
Oh, it's barbecue weather yesterday.
Did you have some barbecue?
Yeah, any reason to get any reason with some sunshine, we've got to get it out. But obviously, very limited, and having to ration out the food. But it's all good.
Good. Still better.
Still better. Today's guest, I'm absolutely stoked to have on. It's Chris Blauveld from LaunchGood. Chris, how are you doing?
Hey, salam alaikum, guys. Great.
Salam.
Alaikum, Chris.
Hey, salam.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Excited to jump into it.
Yeah. How is you're in Michigan, right? Is that right?
I am in Michigan. Yep.
Cool.
And it's actually amazing right now. It's almost all week it's been sunny and about 15 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is just perfect weather for us.
Excellent.
Good.
Cool. Well, we've been talking about briefly your involvement with LaunchGood. But why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what LaunchGood is about, how it started, what inspired you to create LaunchGood?
Okay, cool. I'll try to be concise, but I also want to tell a good story. So we're going to go back all the way to 2001. Actually, just for you guys, we're going to do a special Rahala edition. Since you guys are a travel agency, we'll break out the globe here.
Yes.
And we'll go and see if I can do this the reverse way. There we go. We're going to start here in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So I was actually born in Malaysia.
Fun fact.
The son of expats. So my parents are not Malaysian, obviously, but for work purposes, my dad was there. I got born in Kuala Lumpur. And the story goes that, the masjid next to our house, like the adhan went off or something when I was born. Who knows? But, fast forward 17 years, 16 years from there, I was in Massachusetts in 2001, and I discovered Islam. So I became Muslim right before I was 17 through the influence of a friend who had also become Muslim and the autobiography of Malcolm X. And just 3 months after that, 9/11 happened, which was very traumatic as a new Muslim. I was totally confused, like, what the heck is this religion about? One of the things that happened over the course of the 5 years from there is I spent a lot of time traveling, studying Islam in depth, going to places I'm sure you help people get to, like Morocco and Jordan and Malaysia and Turkey and the Hajj. And, I found two things. One, Islam is not this religion of terrorism and hate and these disgusting things, that we'd see Osama bin Laden and others preaching. And then two, Muslims actually are really cool people. I mean, I love traveling. I know, Nabil, I think you told me about some of your travels. I think, was it to Indonesia, I think, that you loved? Or
We've had a few fun ones. I can't name them all.
Where's the one where, like, aren't you connected to like a some place with like the school and stuff you go every year?
That's right. That's in southern Thailand.
Thailand, yeah.
Little island in Koh Yao Noi.
That's it.
And
it's amazing when you travel, you meet these Muslims.
Really,
like it's so inspiring. And I wanted to do something about changing the perception of Muslims. Because I was like, really, Americans don't understand Islam. They don't even know who Muslims are, And I had a friend who's a filmmaker, brilliant guy, Sultan Sharif, and he was on that same sort of mission. I said, I just need to support people like Sultan. And I was fortunate enough to do that. In 2010, Sultan had a film called Bilal's Stand, which went to the Sundance Film Festival. And we were all very excited about that. Sundance is like the Oscars for independent films. But we were dead broke. And, you need money at that point to do your full color corrections and produce DVDs, etc. And a friend of ours from New York said, hey, there's a new website from here called Kickstarter. Why don't you try that? Of course, Kickstarter is a big deal now, but back then it wasn't even a year old. And we were the first Muslims to use Kickstarter. And I fell in love with crowdfunding. I really didn't love film. I love supporting Sultan. I love supporting Muslims doing really important work. But I didn't necessarily want to do any of that work myself. I want to be the support guy. Yeah. And that's what crowdfunding is about. It's like, how can we support all these incredible Muslims doing amazing work around the world? So I find it very much my calling, this type of work. It took a couple of years to go from that idea to designing and building the website and testing it and actually go live. But in September of 2013, we did go live. So this year we'll be celebrating 7 years of Launch Good, which is hard to believe. And it's definitely been kind of this exponential growth for us. So by the end of our first year, we crowdfunded a total of $1 million. Which might sound like a lot, but when you're only getting 5% of the funds raised, it's not a lot. And then by the end of the second year, it was 3 million. And by the end of our third year, growing to, about 10 and then 20, 40, 60, and now it's like 100. I kind of lost track of all of it, but I know what we just did was cross 100 million, alhamdulillah. And if people want more, the details of that journey, all the ups and downs and funny stories, they can go to launchgood.com/100, 100. That has a little bit about the highlights of this last 7 years of building Launch Good. And so that's what we do. We Launch Good is a crowdfunding website, kind of like a Just Giving or GoFundMe or a Kickstarter. And we help Muslims raise money for whatever it is that they want to raise money for online.
It's a whole range of causes, isn't it? It's causes that are philanthropic causes all the way through to, as you mentioned, your friend in the movie industry. It supports a lot of different types of Muslim projects and causes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, we're super busy with coronavirus campaigns, right? Oh, COVID-19, this, that, raise money for communities affected, whether they're people who are sick or died even or lost their job. But we also have, for example, this great entrepreneur out of Canada, Yazin, who just launched a campaign for it's like a product. It's a full face mask, but it's like huge. It goes all the way down to your your chest. And so it's very creative and totally entrepreneurial. So we do have that range within launch.
They call them letterboxes here. Well,
yeah, it's like a letterbox from like 2070 or something. You know,
our prime minister likes to refer to letterbox jibes.
And now we encourage them though to cover ourselves from Corona.
Amazing.
I know. It's I had to do it the other day, and it was new. It was like I really didn't like it, especially my beard is growing out now because I can't go to my barber. And I put the mask on. I'm trying to grocery shop, and it's like, it's so hot and stuffy. I was like, okay.
It's like the focal point's not the cap anymore; it's the beard. It's like
the beard is, and the hair is like, it's going crazy. I'll look like one of those guys in the Ertugrul TV show. You know, one of the what do they call them? The caps or whatever.
So with LaunchGood, I mean, the one thing I love about LaunchGood is the fact that when you look at the projects there, a lot of them are micro projects. So you know that you're directly affecting a cause and a project that's going to go right to the heart of it. I mean, there's been a bit of controversy recently around sort of charities and the big charities. How do you feel that LaunchGood provides that confidence, to Muslims looking to support specifically charitable projects?
Yeah, so you bring up a great point. One of the nice things about crowdfunding is a person themselves can create a campaign. Like, Nabil, yourself, you create a campaign and take that money and bring it over to that community in Thailand. And people like to see that direct relationship with their donations and the impact it's having. Now, it does take a lot of work to verify that this stuff is legit. And that's where we come in. I mean, some crowdfunding sites will allow anyone to raise money and trust that the crowd or the online community will flag something if it's suspicious. And that's true most of the time, to be honest. But you do see a good amount of fraud at the same time with things like GoFundMe. And so what we do as LaunchGood is every campaign that applies has to go through a vetting process. It's just the stakes, to be honest, it's different for us, right? Like if GoFundMe had a terrorist that secretly used them to fund some nefarious activity, nothing's going to happen to them. If it happens to us, I'm going to be wearing like an orange jumpsuit in Guantanamo, right? That's not the type of trip I want to make. So we have to be very careful, but it also gives a lot of trust to our donors to know that if you see something on LaunchGood, most likely it's been highly vetted. Now, does the money actually go to where it's supposed to go? Did Nabil really take it to Thailand? That's upon you and your
We lost Chris.
No, that was so interesting.
And we work a lot with those charities. I mean, I think those charities sometimes get a little bit bad rap. I don't know the whole deal. There's like all sorts of stuff I'm hearing out of the UK. So maybe you guys got to school me on that. But, generally these charities, the ones I know, they really work hard actually.
Yep.
90% of the donations coming in, they turn it around and pump it out. And they're doing really good work. They're doing it at a scale that we can't imagine. I mean, they're feeding 100,000 people. It's like, you can't do that with volunteers. And in fact, you would be doing a poor job. And so personally, I have no issue with them taking a small management fee and stuff like that. But I think it is special. It's very special when you can support individuals directly. And as an example of that, there's a brother here in Detroit who's part of our mosque community. So my LaunchGood office is in the heart of Detroit, right next to a masjid, a very diverse masjid, racially and also socioeconomically. And so we have one brother. He's a great brother. He's older, and he recently, got out of prison and stuff. And he's really, alhamdulillah, got his life back on track. He's remarried. They're about to have a baby. But subhanAllah, he just found out he's got some sort of cancer on his leg. And he's also got carpal tunnel in his hands because he's a manual laborer. He's not like a, white collar guy. And so he had to get the surgery. which also means he can't work, which also means he can't earn. And he had actually saved up like $3,000, which in America is a lot. You probably know in America, we don't have national health care and stuff.
We talked
And
about this.
so it's a very bad situation. And I created a launch good for him, and I raised about $6,000, a little more than $6,000 from my friends. And subhanAllah, he's like almost in tears, you know, because now that provides enough funds for him to, you know, not only pay for his surgeries, but also take time off from work and make sure he heals properly, and is able to move into a new house and, you know, bigger house for his growing family. So it's a small thing. It didn't take very much. It took maybe a couple hours of my time, but it literally changed, you know, Brother James's life. So that to me is like the essence of Launch Good and the essence of crowdfunding.
Amazing.
Which I think is so rewarding when you do it. I mean, I don't know about you, Nabil, but every time I think of donating somewhere, or if I want to donate to something, I always kind of go to a Launch Good project, and I just go and scroll through all the, you know, all the events going there.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
And alhamdulillah, I mean, it's, you know, every time somebody thinks of a campaign, they don't think of, you know, GoFundMe or something like, oh, let's do it on Launch Good. It's kind of like the go-to, especially like for Muslims. And I recommend it even to non-Muslim friends. We
appreciate that. Yeah. And that's our goal. You know, I think we have a long way to go. Like, alhamdulillah, we hit 100 million. GoFundMe, I think, is going to do $2 billion this year in donations. And so I probably won't stop pushing so hard until we surpass GoFundMe. And, you know, given how big the Muslim community is, how charitable we are as a community, and how much needs there are within our community, I'm actually confident that eventually, if we're doing the work that we're supposed to be doing, inshallah, we'll get there.
So, I mean, do you want to share a little bit about your Ramadan project? I mean, it's something that I've been keeping tabs on for the last few Ramadans. So it'd be great to hear, you know, what your plans are for this Ramadan.
Oh, I'm really excited. Yeah, so I'm actually going to share my screen so people can follow along. Sure. We're very excited about this year's Ramadan Challenge. So every year we do something called the Ramadan Challenge, which is an opportunity for people to donate daily and maximize their blessings throughout the month of Ramadan. So you might set a goal of, okay, every day I want to donate 10 pounds or $10 and do it over the 30 days of Ramadan. It makes sure that you, alhamdulillah, have those blessings every day in Ramadan. But also, it may not sound like a lot of money, but if you're giving 10 pounds and 10,000 other people are giving 10 pounds every day, and that goes over 30 days, that's 3 million pounds. It's, alhamdulillah, we're really excited about it because we are able to have this huge, huge impact. If people go to launchgood.com/Ramadan, they can see about it. We'll actually make a link for you guys. So if anyone joins through your link, they'll be part of your team and you can see your collective impact. But what I'm going to do, which is very lucky for the people watching, is I'm actually going to take them inside the Ramadan Challenge. So you can't see, even if you sign up for the Ramadan Challenge, you won't see this until Ramadan starts. But I'm going to give you a little preview. Again, this is just the landing page, an example of some of the campaigns we've done in the past. What's new this year is we have what we call a Ramadan homepage, and it's got points. So every time you give, every time you share, every time you make dhikr, you can collect points. And it's just a fun way to really engage with Ramadan. So here is the preview. This is what it'll actually look like once Ramadan starts, inshallah. You can see there's a little dhikr counter here. So this is your Ramadan homepage. And then even before the dhikr counter, like if you want to just listen to Quran, we'll have a 24/7 stream of Quran playing. You just have to hit unmute.
Nice.
If you want to make a dua in the morning, you press this. Dua iftar time, you press that. Of course, we're going to have all the campaigns that you can. Oh, let me see if I can get this to work.
Nice.
So you're bringing a bit of gamification into the idea around Ramadan, and
that's right.
Making sure always remembering it. You know, every day that, you know, we have so many different things that we do on a daily basis, but this is part of your daily routine almost.
That's right. And then if you want to donate yourself, you can. We have a new feature. If you just heart campaigns, it puts on your give list. So maybe you don't want to come in every day, but you come in one day a week and you just choose 7 campaigns, and we'll make sure that we donate to those 7 campaigns for you. You know, we're going to have a daily question. So this should be fun. Like, what do you like to break your fast with? Your answer will go in with thousands of others answering. And so you can actually see like, what is the global pulse on these type of questions? You know, how are people feeling? What do people like to eat and break their fast with? Personally, really excited about that. Like, you know, we have over 100 countries represented from the members of the Ramadan Challenge. So I think it'll be really fun to see like, what is the favorite thing to, you know, break your fast with globally. We'll have a giving stream so you can see where people are giving from across the world. It'll be live and updated. You know, in Ramadan, we have a donation every 2.5 seconds. So it'll be moving fast. And, you know, we'll even have something interactive, like you can ask the cat questions. We'll have some Instagram feeds, leaderboards. Yeah, it should be really fun. We're excited about it. And we hope that people are too, and that they have a lot of fun with it. And, you know, we're very lucky to work with Peter Gould and his Zalige team. Peter Gould's a master designer. I know you have I think you're going to be doing one of these calls with him soon.
Oh, yes.
It's just amazing working with him and his team, and it really, hopefully, you know, brings life to people's Ramadan just a little bit more, especially this Ramadan where I think we're going to be stuck at home.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, that looks so interactive. It looks so fun as well. So this is going to be available for people to access on the 1st of Ramadan. Just remind us what the link is again.
I'm going to give you your own link. It's going to be launchgood.com/Team Rihala.
Cool.
But they could also just go to launchgood.com/Ramadan.
Okay. Amazing.
Yep.
Well, we're really looking forward to that. And Chris, thank you so much for all that insight. I mean, I always love having a chat with you because you've got so many stories. We could do like a whole day on Chris's stories. They are cool. But thank you so much, Chris. We'll have all the links below on the YouTube channel.
Thanks, guys.
On IGTV. Chris, have a great rest of the day. Have an amazing Ramadan if we don't speak before then. And thank you very much.
All right, great. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thanks.